Hello everyone, and in today's video we are going to go through ChatGPT's memory, and this is like one of my favorite things about ChatGPT is the fact that it can remember who you are and the context of like what you guys have been chatting with. So I would just want to take you through what memory can do, how it's helpful, and how you can change different memories that ChatGPT has of you. So what is memory? Memory is what ChatGPT will be able to remember. So for example, it will be able to keep track of your preferences, your likes, your dislikes, and also like past conversations that you've had. And this results in it having a very personalized and very relevant interactions with you. So you don't have to keep reminding it who you are. So for example, if you tell ChatGPT that you are a vegetarian, anytime that you ask for a recipe, it will always clock that you're a vegetarian, and it will give you recipes that do not have any meat in them. And you can also now teach it your own writing style. So the first example is just taking you through how you can access ChatGPT's memory and memory of you specifically. So we are first going to go to ChatGPT. So we are going to go to ChatGPT. I'm going to click on my profile image there, and then I'm going to go to settings. So when I click on settings, I'm going to go to personalization, and here we have custom instructions on, and then we have memory, which I have turned on. So if you do not want it to be turned on, you can turn it off. I want to toggle that on, and then here we can see ChatGPT will become more helpful as you chat, picking up on details and preferences that are still like made for you. To understand what ChatGPT remembers or teach it something new, just chat with it. So here we can click on manage memories. When you click on that, here is where you can have an idea of what ChatGPT remembers. So for example, here Ian Ching is creating a 7-day beginner workout plan for a 50-year-old female with back issues. So this is something that I can delete, forget. I don't necessarily, this is what we had in our other video. So I'm going to click on forget that part there, click forget. So this is where the memories of ChatGPT has of you. This is just kind of like a very good example. So here we have Ching runs an AI channel on the Before AJ podcast. So here I have software engineering course. I'm doing a software engineering course on Coursera, which is true. So you can go through what ChatGPT remembers about you, and then clear out the things that you feel like are necessary or the things that you not necessarily want. This is really important because it just helps you not keep repeating things. So for example, with the example that I used, if I tell ChatGPT that I'm a vegetarian, it's going to keep that 2 years from now. It's going to be able to remember it as long as I've not really cleared that memory. So again, to get to it, you're going to go to your profile image there, click on that, and then click on settings. And then under settings, we're going to go to personalization, and under personalization, we're going to go to memory, and after that, we can go to manage memories, and then you're going to have everything that ChatGPT remembers about you here. If there's one that you do not necessarily want, you can click on the delete icon here and forget. So just go through it. I feel like it's really useful to have that in mind. So if you want to test, so I'm going to test ChatGPT on who am I. So I'm going to click on that and then come to ChatGPT here. Who am I? And then paste that. So you're Ian Ching, an AI enthusiast, content creator, and aspiring thought leader in AI. You run an AI YouTube channel on Before AGI, where you post 3 AI YouTube videos a week and daily podcast episodes, except on Saturdays. Very true. On Sundays, like I have like a complete rundown of the entire week's episode on like what AI has been doing. So you're also studying software engineering, Coursera, exploring game development on Roblox, developing AI. This is really good. Organizing events and this is really good. So this is just use that prompt, who am I, to kind of like get an idea on what ChatGPT has about you. If there's anything that you want it to forget, you can ask it. So for example, here I can ask it to forget that I am organizing a Shamba Cafe event. So let's click on organizing, and then when I tell it to forget, it's going to come into memory updated. So got it? Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to update or refine. So once I've pasted that, it's going to have the memory updated part here, and we can forget that Cheng is organizing a Shamba Cafe event, and then I can come and click on manage memories there, and now that part is not going to be there anymore. Or I can add remember that I'm a vegetarian. I am not a vegetarian, sorry. Just let's use that as an example. Remember that I'm a vegetarian, and we're going to see it's going to update memory there. So now give me a recipe, a protein recipe for a meal. So you can really see, once I've now told it that I want a recipe for a meal and it's protein, it has not included anything that has meat in it. So this is chickpeas. So this meal is packed with plant-based protein from chickpeas, guinea, plus healthy fats. I have no idea what any of this is. Okay, so I'm going to forget that I'm a vegetarian. Memory updated, and then I'm going to use the same prompt actually. So I'm going to come, give me a protein recipe for a meal. Butter chicken and green bowl. There we are. Skinless chicken breast. There we are. So you can see the differences in that. It's really easy. You just ask it to forget or ask it to remember, and chatting with it is just going to keep updating the memory, and when it's full, you can manage memories and forget the things that you feel like are not as relevant to you, or things that you don't want it to remember about you, and you can ask it now to remember the things that you feel are relevant. For the paid version, you have longer context memory, so ChatGPT will be able to remember more, but for the free version, it remembers less compared to the paid version. So just always have that in mind. The other really useful case scenario when it comes to memory is that you can teach ChatGPT to remember your writing style. So for example, here I have a prompt where I can ask it to read, analyze these 2 articles. So I'm going to link 2 of my articles from my Substack there. Actually, I'm just going to have 1 article. So let me just come to my Substack there, copy that article, come to ChatGPT, paste it there. The writing style is engaging, repetitive, and accessible, blending technical depth with clear analogies and a journalistic storytelling approach. Here are key characteristics of your voice and tone. So now I can ask it to remember this tone, remember my writing style. And then it's going to update its memory on how I write. So anytime I want to write a new article, it's going to use that same tone of voice to write that article. So got it? I've made sure that to match your writing style in future prompts and content. Pretty good. So always remember that you are in control. If you don't want ChatGPT to remember anything about you, you can always forget, or you can go back to manage settings and delete things that you do not want it to remember about you. If you want to use ChatGPT like a private mode, you're going to come next to your profile photo here. I'm going to click on temporary, so toggle temporary chat. And what this does is that this chat won't appear in history, use, or create memories, and can be used to, the chat will not be used to train your model. So this is kind of like going in private or going incognito. So this is give me a recipe for a vegetarian, as I am one. I have terrible spelling these days. So this one is really good because it won't remember this chat. This chat is not going to be in my memories. So if you do not want ChatGPT to remember a specific chat, just use temporary chat. Okay, so that's it for this video. Remember that you're always in control of your data. Make sure if you want ChatGPT to remember, you know where to go. If you want to forget, you know what to do. I hope this video is helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.